How convenient to step back.
What you mean?
I never stepped back from you.
From you.
It's right.
You should have.
But I never talked to your wife in a disrespectful manner, and you talked to mine in a disrespectful manner.
Oh.
And I never told nobody that. Even when you were on, and you could say you were on those psych meds, and you could say that you weren't.
What you mean?
But as a man, some of the things that you said, Tyrese, deserve me to box your mouth. And I didn't. No, we were talking because this is something that I never wanted to say. And since he wants to be, well, why envy? I'm telling him why. You said disrespectful shit to my wife.
What do you say?
It's neither here nor there. To the point where my wife doesn't call you back anymore. And to the point when you started talking to psych meds, me and my wife had a conversation and said, well, maybe Tyrese was on those medicines when he said it. But if you ever text me and my wife, you can't text me because I just unblocked you probably about a month ago when me and Charlamagne was talking, and he told me that you were on the psych meds and this is what it was.
This is longer than a month ago.
Yeah, that's what made me unblock you. So that was the reason why I stopped talking to you and will not reach out to you anymore.
August 11th, 2012. Look, I said something that was 7 hours and 3 she said without fail. Like, I got receipts. I'm sending images of my new Rolls Royce to your wife. Like, I know y'all always got nice cars and this and that. Like, if she blocked me, if I actually disrespected her as you allege, and you felt the way, how are we communicating August 22nd, 2023? It's bullshit, bro. Like, that's like, look what your wife just texted back and said. Absolutely beautiful. Talking about me purchasing an island in Turks and Caicos. That was August 23rd, 2023.
What's happening? What's good? What's going on? Part of my Presence YouTube channel. I want to talk about the whole situation with DJ Envy and Tyrese and the interview that Tyrese had on The Breakfast Club. Now, I'm not a Breakfast Club fan. I started watching them a long time ago, probably around the time when Maliki Yoba came on and tried to push his agenda and try to brainwash people. I also stopped watching them, and I'll never go back when they had Joe Biden on, and Joe Biden had the audacity or the caucasity, if you want to call it that, where he went on there and he said that you ain't black if you don't vote for Democrat. And Charlamagne sat there with a dumbfounded look on his face and said nothing. Why? Because he knows that his advertising dollars, his backing, his revenue is all based on him supporting and pushing left-wing agendas. And this is why he could not stand up for black people, or just stand up for common sense and ask Joe Biden, what do you mean by that? Because as a black person, you have a mind of your own. You're able to think critically and you're able to make your own decisions. And if you find that this particular Democratic candidate is not for you, it doesn't represent any of your views, and you don't think that this person can represent you in Congress, then why would you vote for him? And if you decide not to vote for that particular Democratic candidate and you decide to vote for any other party, it does not mean that you are black. Your blackness is not defined by your political ideology whatsoever. So to hear that being said of Joe Biden's mouth, and Charlamagne did not stand up for people all across the world in regards to black people, doesn't matter where your side you're from or where you fall, the fact that I didn't stand up for them and correct Joe Biden told me all I needed to know about where the Breakfast Club stands. So that was a mouthful, but what I really want to talk about is DJ Envy and his ongoing beef with Tyrese. Now, I don't like DJ Envy. I find that he's a bitch. He's someone who always seems to have a personal issue that he brings up in the place of business. It's completely inappropriate. It's something where in no other industry, no other profession can you talk to a client, talk to a business partner, talk to a customer, talk to someone that is involved in public relations and say to them, my wife, who's not affiliated with my company that I work for, my wife, who does not work here, is not under the payroll, my wife, who sits at home and does not work for any other company or does not even do anything on her own, has a problem with you. And as a result of that, I am going to bring this personal issue to the forefront, and I'm going to do it on air where everybody knows, and do it publicly and try to shame you and force you into apologizing publicly so that my wife, who's sitting at home listening intently, can hear the apology and I look like more of of a man, more of a husband, more of a protector and a provider when I get that accomplished, because I couldn't do it on my own because I was caught cheating, and I am forever reminded of it at home, and I am forever indebted to my wife. As a result, I got to keep on doing this and doing this and doing this and doing this. That's exactly what is happening with DJ Envy, and it's so ugly, it's so nasty, and it's akin to Will Smith and Jada Pinkett's relationship, because Will Smith did the exact same thing when he was so abused, he was so mistreated, he felt that he had to overcompensate to the point where he decided to slap another black man in public in front of millions of people during one of the biggest award shows ever, all because he wanted to feel like a husband, a protector, a provider to his wife who doesn't look at him as a husband, protector, or provider. It's insane. And all I can say is this: DJ Envy deserves to be in that position because he cheated on his wife. He never should have. And he didn't do the right thing, because if his wife cannot look beyond the cheating, if his wife cannot look past it and reconcile, if his wife is going to continue to hold that over his head, you cannot stay in the marriage anymore, because it's going to be a miserable marriage. There's not going to be any progression. There's not going to be any evolution with the marriage. They're not going to evolve as a couple. They're going to keep being at odds and at each other's throats. And Envy is going to keep on feeling inadequate and keep on doing these stunts to prove his undying love to his wife, all because he was caught cheating. That's insane. And all I could say is that if any other person was in a situation, they would have been fired trying to bring their personal matters to the place of business and interfere with clients, interfere with revenue, interfere with advertising dollars, and all of the clients that work for different talent agencies that I'm sure Tyrese is a part of, whether it's the WEA, or whether it's William Morris and anybody else that they're affiliated with. If you're going to attack these guests and you're the host, that is insane. I don't know any other host that treats their guests like that. And I don't see why anyone would want to bring their personal business to the forefront. Did you know that Tyrese helped DJ Envy and his wife reconcile? Did you know that Tyrese was calling and texting DJ Envy's wife in the middle of the night, sending inappropriate messages? Did you know that DJ Envy blocked Tyrese? I didn't know. Did I need to know? Is my life better now that I know? Is your life better now that you know? What was the point of all of that? So let me slow down a bit, okay? Because it's important that everybody who's listening understands this. If you're having issues with your wife or your girlfriend, you don't bring a friend into the equation. You don't let your friend know all of your business. You don't let outsiders be able to hear all of the details as to what's going on in your relationship and why things are going sour. That is your business. If you need to seek someone else's help or opinion, then it's best that you pay for a professional where they're going to be discreet. They're going to keep things private because that's part of their job. They have to. Discretion is very important. And they're also professionally trained and schooled, and they have the tools to assist you properly. Because I don't know if Tyrese is the best person to be helping anyone with their marriage, considering his marriage record and all the divorces, all of the problems that he's having in his own life. So it's odd that DJ Envy even went to Tyrese to begin with, but he did, and Tyrese helped him out. But the problem with that is that when you bring another man into your relationship, that man also knows all of your weaknesses, your Achilles heel. He knows all of your wife's interests and desires and wants, and all of the reasons why your wife is unsatisfied and doesn't like you and is not turned on or attracted to you anymore. And he, if he's going to be that type of man, which at some point men feel that, hey, I'm so much involved in this situation and I have a lot of pull and a lot of influence in this situation that I'm going to start to abuse it. And that's when you get get those late night texts. That's when you get those one-on-one conversations where you're not even involved anymore. And that's when you start to see that he's more interested in talking to your wife than he's interested in talking to you. And you are the person who introduced him to, or introduced your wife to him. And this is when you become the third wheel in your relationship. And this is when, again, Tyrese and his wife is talking on a one-on-one basis. And now you feel that the boundaries have been overstepped. Well, this is what happens when you bring another man into your mess. And DJ Envy, you should have known better. You never should have done that. And again, you never should have made that public. And you never should have depended on somebody who's not a professional to divulge personal information about your relationship. Because yes, he is going to use that to his advantage at some point in time, because everybody is going to succumb to having that power and having that advantage. And don't get me wrong, Tyrese not off the hook. He should have known better. You should never interfere with another person's relationship. You're not a professional. Don't stick your head into business that does not belong to you, right? But then here's the thing. With all of these things that transpired and the fact that he was sending texts to his wife late at night and saying inappropriate things, with all those things that have happened and DJ Envy cutting him off, his wife cutting Tyrese off, all of that is water under the bridge. Why do you bring it up a year or two later and then you say to him on air that I wanted to box you in your mouth? Those are fighting words. And then you say it to a guy on air. I don't think you rehearsed this, or did you? Because if that's me and a man, a grown-ass man, is telling me that he wanted to box me, I would have been like, is this what you invited me here for? This is what you want to do, DJ Envy, and all of the bullshit that he's been through and how I helped him and I'm not even paid for it because I'm not a professional. This is what you're doing to me now and trying to embarrass me. We would have fought. And if we wouldn't have fought on air, I would have spoken to him in a way to let him know that this is not going to continue on air and we got to take it off air. And I'm going to shut this shit down if you don't shut it down yourself. Because honestly, this ain't the time and the place. I'm here on business. I don't give a fuck what your wife thinks or what she has to say because she don't work here right now. She ain't an employee. She's not part of the business that pays you. So do not bring your personal situations to a place of business. Point blank. That's what he should have done. Because for you to say that I would have boxed you in your mouth, that's really interesting to say in a place of business. And DJ Envy already has legal issues dealing with all the bullshit, dealing with Rick Ross and his partner, Caesar, and all the real estate scams that they were involved in. He already has lawsuits against them. So he's already doing things that he shouldn't be doing to begin with. So this is just another shit to add to the fact that he's been fucking up for quite a long time and he needs to chill the fuck out. That's my opinion, because the way how I look at it, he's just making the Breakfast Club another unprofessional environment to step foot in, and it's just going to create more animosity, more drama. But is this what they want? Is this considered marketing? Is this helping them in the ratings? Because this is not the first time that they've done bullshit like this. DJ Envy always or also caused trouble with Rick Ross and Gunplay. You have Charlemagne and them bringing on that woman who's down talking Larry Elder, who's down talking another political candidate as well too, and speaking to them in a very aggressive manner and pretty much ambushing them. Whether you agree with her stance or not, so the point is that she wasn't someone that they're aware was going to be there, and it almost felt like they kind of blindsided their guests. But this creates an atmosphere of drama. It creates a moment that is clickbaitish. They could clip it, chop it up, and it could go viral. And that what seems to be the marketing strategy for the Breakfast Club. And to me, that is odd because that's kind of below the belt. But maybe it's on par for what they consider themselves to be nowadays. Because in my opinion, the Breakfast Club used to be a place that was respectable. They had people on that would provide a lot of interesting information and a lot of insight, and their guests were respectable. But now it seems like they're dealing in more drama and more rumors and more salacious activities and more clickbaitish activities. And this is just another clickbait moment that's gone viral. And look, you have me talking about it. You have the Shade Room talking about it. You have all types of blogs all around social media talking about it as well too. And as I always say, social media is a devil, and this is no exception. But you let me know how you feel about this. Do you agree with this type of tactics and these marketing strategies that Breakfast Club seems to be using nowadays? Do you agree with the way how DJ Envy handled it? Do you agree with how Tyrese handled it? Or do you believe that none of this is our business and it should have never been information that was brought up in public? You let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, next move, best move, part of my presence YouTube channel. Peace.